I just am trying to determine why you think it's okay a man's life was ended. So I asked you why you think it's justified. Then you went on a 3-minute rant about how he's mentally ill and was at that protest when he shouldn't have been there. So to clarify, you think that his death was justified, his murder was justified, his execution was justified because he was mentally ill, he wasn't perfect like the Democrats say, CNN photoshopped his face, and he was at a nice protest, right?
I think it was justified because of his actions. That is why. Those are other things on top of it, which led to this point. But yes, in my eyes, it is justified.
Perfect. What actions?
What actions? When you're going out of your way to go to ICE protests, harass them from doing their job, you're on camera. First of all, if you even look like you have he went with a gun, did he not? Did he not have a loaded gun?
Yes, he did have a gun on his holster, but you should know that in accordance with the Second, Fourth, and 14th Amendment, merely being in possession of a firearm does not authorize an LAO to literally shoot and kill you. So once again, I'll ask, what actions did he engage in that justified the shooting? You said he was harassing them. How was he harassing them that justified them literally killing him?
Okay, it's on video. You've seen the video and I've seen the video. That's what happened. You're going out of your way at a protest. He's been at many other protests. All these people are at every protest. They're known to harm people. They're harassing people, probably online talking about killing ICE agents. You're gonna go to a protest with a gun and a cop sees it as you're harassing these ICE officers that are getting threatened every day. Dude, it's not even a Republican thing, a Democrat thing. It is a common sense thing. It is a common sense thing. I would never, yes, CCWs, I understand. I would never bring a gun to any Trump rally, anti-Trump. That is just not, it's just not a smart thing to do. That's why you end up dead.
Okay, condemn Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse? What? Condemn him? Okay, I condemn him. I don't know.
He brought an AR-15 to a protest, remember?
Yeah, that's insane. I think that's insane. I'm not supporting Kyle Rittenhouse. I think that's nuts.
So you think that the cops would have been justified in shooting Kyle dead?
Maybe. I don't know. If the actions were different, maybe. I think if you're going to go with an AR-15 and you get shot by a cop, I don't think it's that weird, whether you're Kyle Rittenhouse or whatever his name was.
Why just a maybe? I mean, this is your defense for Alex Preddy, so why is it was totally justified if it was Alex Preddy, but it's maybe justified if it was Kyle Rittenhouse? Basically, what I'd suggest you say in order to stand by your principle is, and I quote, Kyle Rittenhouse should have been shot and killed.
Well, I'm not going to say he should have. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe he was in a better situation, but also he probably wasn't threatening to kill ICE agents and cops. He was probably more supportive on their side. And also, did he kill people, right?
Okay, so you also just made another suggestion there, that Alex Preddy threatened to shoot and kill a cop. That's not true. What's your evidence for that?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying I don't know Kyle Rittenhouse situation. It was a big story. I don't care. I don't know what happened. I don't think he's a bad kid. I'm glad he's not dead. I don't think he should be out shooting people. I know it was self-defense. If it's self-defense, great. That guy, is he defending himself from the situation he put him in? Like, here's the thing. At the end of the day, that situation he's in is 100% avoidable. You can go into all the aspects of it. I don't care that happened to him. I think it was very stupid to be there. There's a reason it doesn't happen to me, because I wouldn't put myself in that situation, and neither would you either. It's a very stupid situation to be in. It's really not that complicated. Avoid dumb situations.
Wait, Emily, this doesn't make any sense, because earlier you said the world is literally better without Alex Preddy because he brought a gun to a protest. Now you're saying that you don't think that Kyle Rittenhouse is a quote-unquote bad kid, regardless of the fact that he brought a gun to a protest. So what it seems like is that bringing a gun to a protest is not the relevant factor here that leads you to the conclusion that Alex Preddy was terrible and we're better off without him, and Kyle Rittenhouse is not a bad kid, but rather political affiliation. And this is another point why I think that Donald Trump's mass deportation is so anti-American, because it's led Americans like you to think that the murder of your American brothers and sisters roaming free in the streets of this country is somehow justified simply because they disagree with you. And going back to ICE, why is it that you tell us you think every quote-unquote illegal should be deported because they broke a law and committed a federal misdemeanor, completely victimless, by the way, but then when an ICE agent literally murders somebody, you don't care and you disregard it, then you come up with some quasi-justification for it when you self-admittedly do not know the legal standard that would make that shooting justified. Even going back to that legal standard, which I'll share with you now, you cannot kill somebody for merely being in possession of a firearm as an LEO, because as I previously suggested, the Second, Fourth, and 14th Amendment, as well as previous SCOTUS case law like Connor v. Graham, which ruled that there has to be an objective reasonableness to an imminent threat upon the life of anybody within the immediate vicinity of somebody that LEOs are going to shoot and kill, and merely being in possession of a firearm isn't one. Even the NRA says this.